Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it.
Hello, I'm Charles Barkley, and you have to be a bus driver. I'm sick and tired of this man criticizing my guy. This back and forth between Charles Barkley and Kevin Durant, I think it's getting old now. I think Barkley needs to just accept the fact that Kevin Durant does not care what you think of him, how you want him to play, what team you want him to play for. He's not doing it your way, and your way of doing things is kind of like a lost art. You could look at players that are kind of still doing the shit your way, and you see the positions that they are in. That is not the game of the NBA anymore. I'm not going to sit here and say that KD's way of getting his rings was the way that you're supposed to get a ring. But nobody's sitting there rotting in organizations no more, especially with the player empowerment movement now. If shit ain't going right, we're up out of there. Nobody's rotting. It's seldom, there ain't that many Damian Lillards around anymore. But nobody's rotting on teams anymore just to live by this unwritten rule that you have to rot with the organizations through their ups and downs. Don't ever put yourself in a position to win because the guys that were born in the fucking dinosaur era are going to be mad at you. Like, bro.
Not the dinosaur
I'm tired
era.
of it, bro. I know, you was one of those guys that, the Kevin Durant move to Golden State, it ruffled a lot of feathers. You know what I mean? Still to this day, you let me hear about that shit. But I want to hear some of your thoughts on this whole Charles Barkley and Kevin Durant fiasco.
Yeah. And like you said, when it first happened, I get it. That was, and Stephen A. Smith said this to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant go to the Warriors. I think everybody was like, all right, it's over. It's not fair. Like, this was a 73-9 team, right? And I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but that he joined that was already in dynasty mode, and it just took him to another stratosphere, bro. I mean, LeBron, it was unfair, put it that way. You know what I mean? So we knew what it was going to look like for those years where KD was there, and I think they would have beat Toronto in year 3. So that shifted the dynamic, and I had my opinions on that then. But I agree with you. It's so long ago since that happened. If that conversation comes up, that's one thing. If you're comparing or things like that, that's one thing. But you don't need to go out your way and bring that up every time. Criticizing Kevin Durant. He has his 2 rings. He has his 2 Finals MVPs. Like I said, if that's the topic of discussion and you're comparing him to another guy and you want to say, okay, but this is that. But Charles Barkley, let's not act like you didn't go from Phoenix to Houston to team up with Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon to try to win a ring there. Let's not try to act like that didn't happen, right? And I know you were a little older then, but a lot of the older guys tried to do this. They might try to disguise it, but and Karl Malone. Like
Kobe.
It's been attempted before just because it wasn't to that level or it wasn't the players in their primes. I guess they're looking at it different. But and Charles Barkley also mentioned Kevin Durant being sensitive, right? And I want to touch on this a little bit because I think it's a give and take with that. Because we're living in the era that we're living in, and we have the power of social media, and it seems like everyone has an opinion. I feel like some of these players feel like I got to defend myself because who else is?
Absolutely.
And I get the point where it's like you're making millions of dollars. Who cares? Stay off of social media. Go do something else. I get that. I really do. I feel like that's how I would be. I feel like whatever. Say what you're going to say. It is what it is. I'm going to hoop. But at the same time, everybody's not built and constructed that way. And let's not forget, I forget who I heard say this, but let's not forget, Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan were close. They played golf. They did all of this together. Jordan hasn't talked to Charles Barkley since Charles Barkley called him a horrible owner of the Charlotte Hornets. Jordan hasn't talked to Charles Barkley since then. So if we want to talk sensitive, let's not make it seem like it's just these players that are sensitive. Let's not forget Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan. There's a lot of, everybody didn't get along back in the day either. Let's not try to make it seem like people didn't have feelings. People were insensitive back in the day as well. Everybody in today's game is insensitive. KD takes, heed of things that people says, of course, but that doesn't take away from his game on the floor. I don't know, bro. I think it's blown out of proportion. It is what it is. Social media and these sports talk shows. We're gonna talk what we're gonna talk. We're gonna say what we're gonna say. And if we can say it, they have the right to say something back. If KD wants to say no stats suck, they don't know what the hell they talking about. Come on the show, KD.
You know what I'm saying? Come on the show, Kevin Durant, because I'm the biggest Kevin Durant fan you'll know.
All right.
But this is the thing right here, bro. You hit the nail on the head with they act like their era was so perfect, bro.
Yeah,
and
everything was perfect.
Like, you act like, oh, you guys are the toughest era. I'm willing to bet any amount of money. You could throw any of the top players in this league right now in their day, and they would dominate it. The players in the 1980s, even the early 90s, they wasn't seeing none of these players like this. Can you imagine dropping Curry back in the league like that?
Yeah. And it's not supposed to, bro. It's the and I agree, bro. I hate that as well, bro. It's the evolution of the human race. Like if you look at it across all sports, bro. Like
everything's better.
Football. Can you put Tyreek Hill in 70s football? Or Patrick Mahomes in 70s football?
Running circles around these guys, man.
The game evolves, bro. Sport evolves. Everything goes to a different space, right? And I agree, bro. I think
I don't think it's enough.
Let Craig Elo guard John Morant.
I don't think it's enough credit given to you guys paved the way.
Yeah.
Live with that.
Respect there.
You know what I mean? Give
the young guys pay respect, but the respect don't come back
at all. And let it go. Nobody's doing shit your way anymore.
Yeah, fact.
That's not the way of the league anymore. Guys is not rotting on fucking teams anymore. With the way AAU is going, with player empowerment going, guys is going to the best situation suitable for their games. And Kevin Durant is the top guy that's going to do that. You could say that, all right, he joined the top seed in Phoenix. But nobody looks at it like, was Phoenix the best fit possible for him to still be Kevin Durant, for him to still compete for a fucking championship? Like, where else could he have plugged in at that was going to give him all those things? Kevin Durant, what I learned about him when he first couple years in the league, Kevin Durant embraces change. He loves change. Once he beats the shit out of something for so long, it's time for something new, which we should do as humans. We should embrace change. We should be open to getting out of our comfort zone and going to new places, seeing new things, getting into new activities that we haven't done before. And I think Kevin Durant does a great job of doing that, and he gets so much backlash for just playing basketball. I'm heated, bro. You know.
Nah, but I agree.
I got another good point too, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. Before you get your point, go ahead.
No, because
get it off.
I was in the 2017 finals. 2017 finals. He was playing the Cavs. Golden State was up 2-0. The Cavs was leading. If you watch the last fourth quarter of that game, the Cavs were leading by I think 5 or 6 points. They had go-ahead after go-ahead chance to knock the lead up, to take a lead in that game. And you know what they did? I think Bron had a couple missed shots. Bron had a couple stupid turnovers. And then what happened? You can't give Golden State opportunities like that. And that's when Kevin Durant came down, got a bucket. Now they're down 3. It wasn't as lopsided as people think, bro. And that's what, when I hear, it was unfair, the Cavs was running through the East all 4 of them years. They were like the Golden State in the Eastern Conference. And when these teams met, It was just a few plays
unfair,
that happens in basketball. Bro, I don't think it was unfair, bro. Because it was, you still had LeBron.
Bro, they didn't get a game, bro. They got one game. They won. It was 8-1.
Bro, look, bro. In that game, but this is what I'm saying. Golden State was up 2-0. The Cavs could have sealed that, won the game, got the series to 2-1, still had another game in Cleveland where they could have tied the series. Like, if you go back and look at those games, I think the only games that was like blowouts was like the game sealing game, bro. But other than that, Cleveland always had a chance.
I get it, bro. I get it, bro. Sometimes scores and that stuff could be deceiving, bro. But it was never a point in that finals where I was going, the Cavs, seriously, the Cavs are going to win this series, bro. Especially after it took them coming down 3-1 the year before without KD. I don't think it was fair. I get that the Cavs are going to have a chance, right? But, you know, it's basketball. It's the finals. You make and miss shots. But at the end of the day,
let me just say this, and then I'm going to end the unfairness thing.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to let you go. Kyrie and Curry kind of cancel each other out. Bron and KD canceled each other out.
Curry the second best point guard of all time, though. Kyrie's not.
Yeah, he is. But when they match up with each other, Kyrie is, and I say the same thing about Kevin Durant and LeBron, Kyrie is one of the only guards in the league that can go toe-to-toe with Steph, as in, like, guarding Steph, giving Steph 30 on the other end.
Yeah.
I don't think at that time, Klay Thompson and J.R. Smith was too far off of each other, bro. At the time,
they were, bro. Because Klay defended. Because Klay defended, too.
And JR was defending. JR was defending guys as well. They kind of had like similar. I'm not saying that J.R. Smith was on Klay's level, but it wasn't that much of a separation.
I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you, bro. Because real fast. I'll let you finish. If this was Park 5-on-5 pickup, I get what you're saying, bro. But there's way more than just I'm as good as you. That cancel out. I'm as good as you. Golden State Warriors were a well-oiled machine, bro. Like, they just won 72 games for a reason. Steph Curry was revolutionizing the game of basketball. Like, it was I get it. I get what you're trying to say, bro.
Back and watch
you trying to justify
games,
your
bro.
man.
Bro, because I want people to, like, actually sit down and watch the games, bro.
Bro, I was watching, bro. I was watching.
You guys gotta go back and refresh that memory, bro. The games wasn't as. I'll say unfairness if you win every game by like 26, 27. Like, damn, they're losing by 30. But
bro, didn't they lose one
ample opportunity, bro?
Bro, didn't they lose one game that entire playoff run?
Yeah. And what was that game, bro? The Lakers did the same thing.
Yes, and it was unfair. Shaq and Kobe was unfair. Just because the Sixers kept it close some games, bro, don't mean it wasn't unfair, bro.
Bro, if you have an opportunity, if you have an opportunity to win, bro, if you have an opportunity to win a basketball game, bro, and you fault it because you don't make shots or you turn the ball over, like, you're shooting yourself in the fucking foot, bro. Giving a juggernaut like that ample opportunity to win, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. I don't think it was as unfair as people say. Western Conference Finals, Western Conference semifinals unfair? Yeah, call it what you want. But in the finals versus your GOAT?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Bron had a chance in them series, bro. He had, not by himself, but he had a chance in them series.
And don't say my GOAT, the GOAT. Say the in front of that. But no, I do want to say this though. KD did what he did. It's over. He got his 2, rings, his 2 finals MVPs. You can critique that the way you want to critique it, but it is what it is. He got them. The reason I was upset about the move, the more important reason I was upset about the move, was because KD could have went anywhere else besides the team that he just was up 3-1 against.
That's what hurt me.
That would hit me, bro. It wasn't, and this was a set, like, if he would have said, and I'm not trying to justify Brian, I swear I'm not. But if he would have did that and said, like, all right, I'm going to go to, who at the time? Let's just say Harden was in Houston. Let's just say, I'm going to go to Houston, Harden. Let's bring somebody else to Houston, and then let's go knock off, what's the name? That was like LeBron going to Boston when he was in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's what upsetted me. Like, bro, you was just up 3-1 against these dudes. You lost 3-1, and then that's what hurt me. And I know we're gearing off
favorite team right now, man.
And I know we're gearing off a topic, but you know, KD did what he did. But it's not like a whole bunch of players are doing that. You know, I think KD and Bron, to a lesser degree in my eyes, are the two players that have done that. As far as, think about it, Clay and Curry has stayed in Golden State. Dame has stayed in Portland. Harden has bounced around, but
you got Russ that kind of like them bounced around.
Yeah,
CP,
but none of these
did
guys.
The Houston trade. I mean, TP in Houston to knock off Golden State.
But I'm saying go somewhere else and get a ring. None of them guys had a successful transition.
None of them guys are Kevin Durant.
See, I'm trying to be cordial.
He's trying to be nice. He's trying to be nice. Chill, bro.
I'm trying to be cordial. No, you're right. None of those players are KD. But what I'm saying is they're making it seem like a bunch of players are leaving to get rings, and the NBA isn't the same. It's not. Giannis won a ring, and he stayed in Milwaukee. Golden State was homegrown. But you're putting your faith in these GMs that aren't making it work. Like let's not forget that Jordan couldn't get past the super teams that was in the East when Jordan was playing. The Bulls, and I seen this the other day. I forget the show. But the Bulls, when they played against the Pistons, the Celtics, and the Magic, when Penny and Shaq, right? Those three super teams that was in the East when Mike was playing. Mike in games was 2-6 against those teams. 2-6. Couldn't beat those guys, right? But and let's, you know, he wasn't winning at a high level. He wasn't getting out of first rounds and second rounds. He was scoring points, but shit, Donovan Mitchell scored points. You know what I mean? Seriously, bro, he was losing, and I don't want to jump on the debate, but I hate how people make it seem like losing in the first round is way better than losing in the championship. Like, all right, I lost in the championship. Bro, you lost in the first round and in the second round for your first 9 years in the NBA. You know? And it took a GM to go out there and go get Scotty. Once again, basketball is a team sport, right? So when they went and got Scotty and went and got Horace Grant, Tony Kukoc, and all these players and Rodman and built this team around them and guys that flourished in their roles, then it was like, oh, I can just do this. I can figure it out. And I'm not going to say Mike wasn't a leader. He learned how to lead and stuff through that. But let's not try to act like dudes was just staying at one team, like you said, and just winning games and figuring it out on their own. Mm-hmm. It's not like that, bro. Nobody was going to Cleveland. Cleveland GM wasn't making it happen. OKC pretty much was the same. Nobody was wanted to go to OKC, and they couldn't make it work.
That's bro. Couldn't have said it any better, bro. As far as like you need a GM in place that's gonna realize who the star is and how can you build around this. And they need to start taking pages out of Milwaukee book on how they built Giannis up. Built around him, put the right pieces around him that complements Giannis's game.
Exactly, bro. Not just putting stars on the team.
Yes.
Not just saying,
shit's gonna work overnight.
Yep.
Yes. Thinking that the shit's gonna work overnight, but you have to build and you have to know. And we were just addressing it with the Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
The Kyrie addition's cool on paper, but that doesn't fix your problems. That didn't fix your defensive issues. That didn't fix your rebounding and your front court issues.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not gonna utilize, because your stars got a window. The windows is different sizes, where the peaks, their primes and shit. Mm-hmm. If you don't utilize that the right way, like, come on, bro. The unbelievable seasons that Dame then had the last 2 seasons. I know he was hurt majority of the season last year, but like, that was just a waste. It was just for nothing. Waste. We don't get to see Dame in April or none of that shit. Because these GMs, and don't get me wrong, like, I love the Jeremiah Grant edition. I like Yusef Nurkic, Anthony Simons to kind of get alive. But that shit is not enough. You haven't done enough in these years to like really get Dame to that next peak, bro.
Right.
And it's just like you see it all the time in the league to where like teams get stagnant on what they have, and that's why I feel as though the Suns went and got Kevin Durant. You know, they kind of traded away their future a little bit, but like they know they don't got that much time with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
They know that the contract issues with DA, even though they just signed him, but I think they're gonna eventually look into moving him soon, maybe. You just never know with the landscape of the NBA now, and I just feel like as a GM, you can't just be sitting there around. You have to always be locked in to making moves and making your team better, bro.
Yep, and like you said, bro, you shouldn't suffer because your GM isn't excelling at his job. Like, you shouldn't just sit there and suffer because he's not doing what he needs to do to put the right pieces around you. I'm going to leave it at this note, and then I'm done. People in everyday society, if you're working for a company and you feel like it's not a right fit, or you're not excelling or winning in your role with your company, you have every right to go apply for another job and go to another company. Let's dumb it down, right? I know they're NBA players and they're making millions. I get that. But at the end of the day, they're men like me and you, bro. You know, and they want to go to a work environment where they enjoy it and they can succeed, and you know, don't mind going to work every day. So if that's the way I look at it, right? So it is what it is. And Charles Barkley and all these old heads, they need to relax a little bit. They're just, we give you your flowers, but your generation wasn't the best generation ever. I get it. You know, you want to.
It's not the way of the league no more, man.
Yeah, it's not at all.